Hello again, everybody. This is Rocket Rick J18, and today I'm going to talk to you about some additions to my 1952 Topps binder and tell you what my progress towards completion of that set is. So I better count them to make sure what the final number is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So I have 8 cards to add, and that brings my total to for cards number 1 through 310 to 288. So I'm 22 cards now short of finishing the subset of cards that does not include the high numbers. So this all includes all the semi-high numbers, all the low numbers, and the first 80 cards. Not low numbers, but well, you know what I mean. So let's get to the cards. Why don't we do that? The uh, camera down, and we will make an adjustment there. And the first card that I have is card number 223, which is Del Ennis. Del Ennis was a member of the 1950 Whiz Kids. He had come up actually in the minor league system. I think he actually came up in 1943. He spent the 1945 and 44 and 45 seasons in the military, and for his service during World War II. And he came back and actually made it to the majors in 1946. So very good hitter. He did not finish above 300, I think, for his career, but he had quite a number of 300 seasons. He had some power, hit over 30 home runs in several seasons. In fact, before Mike Schmidt came along, Del Ennis had the Phillies record for most home runs by a Philadelphia Philly. So really an important part about that is he got older in his career, he slowed down some and didn't hit as well. And he started to hear the famous Philly Boo Birds late in his career. And some sports writer had written that Phillies fans were the toughest fans in Major League Baseball. They even booed Del Ennis for getting old. So I don't know why I remembered that, but so there's Del Ennis, and I had actually bought another card from an eBay seller, uh, and it never arrived. Now, he claims he sent it. I have no evidence that he didn't, but I do have evidence that I didn't get it because I don't have it. And I bought this card, uh, which was delivered, and I paid for two, got one. That's sort of the reverse of the 2-for-1 idea, the BOGO. This is buy one and buy two and get one. I don't know what that spells. Um, but that was an important card because it filled the gap for me and gave me up through card number 257. 257, right. And that card is Bobby Avila. So Cleveland Indians card number 257, and pretty good shape. Not, a little rough on the front, but certainly within the limits of my uh, standards for this set. The next card is Pittsburgh Pirates Pete Castiglione. The Pirates were not very good in 1952, but Pete was an infielder. By the way, Del Ennis is from Philadelphia, so so there's Pete Castiglione. I do not have Bob Lemon, and so that's the next card I'm going to need to get. Here's Harry Brickeen, St. Louis Cardinals pitcher, very instrumental part of the 1946 team. Pitched very well in that World Series, which the Cardinals won, beating the Boston Red Sox. And next, after Pete Castiglione and Harry Brickeen, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but that's how I'm going to pronounce it. This is New York Giants player, outfielder Chuck Deering, card number 265. And it's another one that's not in bad shape. Centering's off, but the corners look pretty good and the surface looks good. So that's 265. Next is Boston Braves Sid Gordon. Sid also played for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Okay, so there's Sid Gordon. Again, very presentable card. And next we come to Cincinnati Reds pitcher, Lou Brissy. Lou's been featured on a couple of videos recently. This actually, I said Cincinnati Reds because I thought he was wearing a Reds hat. It's a Cleveland Indians hat. So there's Lou Brissy, 1952. Card number 270. And lastly, for the 1952 top set, Cleveland Indians pitcher Mike Garcia, and I really do like the picture there of Mike. As you know, the Indians had the four great pitchers of the early to mid 50s, and they were, in no particular order, Bob Lemon, Bob Feller, Mike Garcia, and Early Wynn. Of those, only Early Wynn won 300 games. But, of course, the one considered to be the best, maybe one of the best of all time, Bob Feller. Bob Lemon and Bob Feller both had their careers shortened by World War II and probably cost them an opportunity at 300 games. I also got one other card, a 1948 8 blue tint of Hall of Famer, Chicago White Sox Hall of Famer, Luke Appling. And here is card number 10 from the blue tint set. So that's those are the cards. Let's take a quick spin through the binder, and I want to show you a set, the set, I should say. Um, okay, that's good, sort of. Let's get this. I'm going to go through these pretty fast so that, shoot, oh, golly. There we go. So there you see Andy Pafko, and I'm not going to name all these. I'm just going to run through them. But these pages that I'm showing you now are all full. So these are all cards numbered 1 through 80. Here's the first 40 here, and here's the next 40. And there's the next 80. So we're up to 8. Next 40. We're up to 80 there, and now we're 96. There's 104, and you can see that these pages are all full. There's an awful lot of commons in the 52 set, and since there are 407 cards in all, only 8 teams. So there's really a lot of commons, and the stars are not so common by any means. So now we're up to 160. Now there's a picture of a card which I have in, it's a BCGS 2, Billy Martin, but I have that's a graded card, so the card itself is not in here. There's Yogi Berra, same thing. And there's Minnie Minoso. Again, we're now up to card 208. And there's Richie Ashburn. And as you can see, these pages are all full. Now there is card number 223. And that, you will recall, is Del Ennis. So I'm going to fish Del Ennis out of this top loader, and we'll just put him in. Actually, this is going into a side loading page. Top loader to side loader. So now that page is full. There's Joe Garagiola, Bob Friend, Larry Doby. And that gets us to 256. So the next card that we have is 257, and that's Bobby Avila. And here's 260. And I'm having a hard time with these pages. Okay, there we go. Oops. See, you can see I didn't get it in the pocket. There's 261. Of course, that's Willie Mays. 262, which I don't have, is Bob Lemon. So here's Harry Burkeen. So we're missing one there. And here's Chuck Deering, and he's going to be card number 265. So he's going to go right here. Murray Dixon next to him. Sid Gordon is 267. And 268. I think it's Virgil Trucks, who I have purchased, but hasn't arrived yet. So Virgil will go there. And here is Mike Garcia, 272. So when I get Bob Lemon and Virgil Trucks, I'll have all of the cards through 272. And then I have, a smattering of cards after that on various incomplete pages, as you can see, all the way to George Metkovich, who is card number 310. So this is a one example Irv Noren is for both the red back and the black back cards. He's card number 40, so card number 1 through 80, have both the red back and the black back. So that's where I am. That's the progress I've made so far. And let's come back to my smiling face. And I think yeah. Okay, so that's really it. That's what I have for you today. So it gives you an update, and I hope to get these 22 cards before the end of the year. And I expect that they'll probably cost me about I don't know. I'm going to guess say maybe between $250 and $300, which is within my budget. If I don't get carried away buying other things like Blue Gapling cards and other things that cross my path and catch my eye. So thank you for watching. If you are not a subscriber, please do consider subscribing. And if you like this type of video, please hit the like button. And that's a little feedback for me, and which I do enjoy. And so with all that said and done, this is Rocket Rick J18, wishing that all your collecting dreams come true.